Hello, everyone. Welcome to Help Action Needed. This is the channel. It exists. My name is Sean, and today we have a lovely table of mostly new faces. And I don't have to run a game. Someone else is going to be running a game for us, and that's a lot of fun. Because I checked, and this is the first time, I think in 3 months, I haven't been DMing. But let's go around and say hi to Yeah, it's been a while. Let's go around and say hi to everyone. Dennis, how about you start and then popcorn it off, because you're going to be running the show today.
I am? No one told me this. I'm totally unprepared, but that's okay. I'm used to being unprepared. I do very little prep. Hi. That's why they call me Okayest DM. You can find me on the internet at okayest__DM. I have a YouTube channel where I make mistakes running games so you don't have to. I also am the creator of Sagas, which we will be playing today, and I'm very excited. Popcorn Javante.
Howdy, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary finies, and hellions of all walks of life. My name is Javante. Normally, I run games over on my channel, but today I'm so happy I finally get to play Sagas again. It's been so long. I missed this. Popcorn over to Taylor.
Hey, I'm Taylor, aka Spunky Taylor. I am a Black Variety content creator. Very excited to play this. I haven't played a BIOPUNK game in a very, very long time. So yeah. Pass it on to I was about to say I almost said Sean, but you're the man. Phoenix? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey everyone, I'm Caustic Phoenix. You can find me in a variety of places, but I'm very excited. I've never done Sagas before, but we're gonna bring the best energy we can and we'll see where it all goes. And I think I'm the end, right?
Yeah.
Ta-da.
Well,
All
then,
right. If
it's all
that's
yours.
all of us, I think we can get going. It is 2075. 50 years ago, there was an event known as the Crash. For an unknown reason, all electricity stopped working across the entire world. Because no communications went out, transportation went down. It is something that our societies heavily rely on and have done for many, many years. And when it crashed, we had to find a new way to make society work again. One of the new forms of technology that took place is biogenic mutations that you can go have done to you so that you enhance your own body in unique ways. Most people in society with the ability to do so have undergone at least one of these processes, but there are some that have undergone one too many. These are the aberrations, and they are crazy, intelligent, bloodthirsty people that have murderous tendencies. Many of the societies that have been built in these 50 years since the crash have been brought down by these aberrations. Our party seems to be the only people interested in discovering what the crash even is. What was its source? How did it happen? And is there a way to go back to a world where these aberrations were not running rampant? And so we start somewhere in New England, a mountainous Appalachian region, midsummer. The weather is quite nice, partly cloudy. There's a cool breeze going through the pine forest. And as we zoom in on the top of a hill, we see a child climb over its crest and look out into the distance. Caustic, describe what your character looks like.
All right. So in this distance, climbing high, very much so struggling, but the energy is there. She is determined. She has a look of focus. This 12-year-old girl looks like she has been born in this environment. Certainly not for the height of it, but by the tenacity in which she finds her foothold. One after the other, a high ponytail graces the top of her head, trickling down curls of black and pink, and she manages to climb high. And if you look up, you can see easily where she is, not just because she's this quick little moving dash up, but also because her kicks are bright, shiny pink that highlight with each step. Maybe they squeak a little bit too, because why not? Right? In this world, we can make it whatever we want. On her back is adorned an adorable little backpack. And of course, she's got a slingshot at her side, and she easily makes her way up. Her skin, though, is dirty, covered in scratches and marks. She is not afraid to get down and dirty with anything.
And Sue, you look out over the horizon. You having taken the lead over this on this hike to your next destination, and you actually spot something interesting. Do you call back to your companions back down the hill?
Absolutely. As soon as she reaches the peak of that, spotting what she's looking for, she flips around, like the hair even coming back around to hitting her in the face initially. Hey, guess what? I found something. And she just screams it. It doesn't matter, everybody else can hear, but it is specifically targeted towards her party. Her voice, just intense and scratchy, clearly yelling at something she's done many times before.
How, Taylor, does Jax respond, and what does your character look like?
Yeah, so I have my character Jack. She has ebony skin, and her hair is up into two afro puffs right now. She has vitiligo on her face, but if you look up closely, it's almost like scales on her face. It's like shiny. If there was light, they would be shining. And she has a bunch of like magnets all over her that looks like stickers from afar of like just brightness and flowers or like funny puns and memes and stuff all over her, as she's like kind of walking more stiffly, like worried about magnets around as she heard. And then so she like calls out like, "What did you find? What'd you say? Sorry, I'm avoiding magnets right now."
Just get up here and you'll see. Come on.
I'm trying. And she was trying to start to climb up.
Following very closely behind Jax is perhaps one of the more responsible of the group, Sebastian. What does your character look like, Sean?
Yeah, Sebastian is probably the most responsible person of the group. He is a medium height, around 5'10", 5'11", wears a lot of muted colors and has visible augmentations in the light that make his skin just slightly shadier and slightly more passing through the eye, as when he kind of stands still to take in where the rest are, fades into the background a bit. He has muted clothing on that allows him to not be seen, and an old doctor's jacket that's been torn to shreds, and around his hip is a vial of different liquids. Nobody knows what's in them, but they're liquid, and they're there.
And right next to you, your companion, Detective Hutch. Javante, please describe your character.
So Adrian Starling Hutch, who stands at a nice, healthy 7'8", in a full gray trench coat. Underneath, you can see a heavily stitched together vest that seems to be made of like two other vests that have been all attached to one to fit over his broad frame. The typical fedora style cap that covers the good chunk of the top of his face, and well beaten gray pants, and essentially what look like dress shoes, as he's lumbering behind in this almost kind of Frankenstein-esque fashion, stopping every now and again to take big gulping breaths, just I got full lungs, kid. You can't be expecting me to be doing all this climbing. Shit.
Maybe if you wore the right shoes for it, you'd be better prepared. Come on already.
Ain't
I'd be up
nobody
and down
making
this 12
shoes this
times.
size. Ain't
Ugh.
nobody making shoes my size, Pipsqueak. Give me just a second, I'll be catching up. I know you're back talking me.
You can't hear me because you can't even see me. As she hides behind the hill.
And he's gonna just trudge his way along.
What are you, 92?
I ain't gonna kill a kid. It ain't gonna happen today, but if there was a day.
Finally, the detective makes it to the top of the hill, and we get this beautiful money shot of our entire cast standing atop, gazing all in the same direction into the distance. And I think we need a little bit of exposition before we reveal what you have found. Sebastian, being of a medical profession, you've helped a few people out, and the reason you're here in the first place is because you got a tip from one of your patients that there seems to be a larger concentration of augmented individuals in this direction generally, somewhere in northern New England. And as the camera turns around, we see part of a ruined city, something that has been long abandoned. There may be people there now, but it's not very likely. You've been through ruins before. Typically, they've been picked clean. The new settlements are usually built from scratch, log cabins in the woods, stuff like that. But what's very interesting is that on the outskirts of this city, there is a building, at least you think it's a building, that appears new, or at least well kept. And it looks weird. It's rectangular like you would expect a building to be. But it has geometric pyramid-shaped spikes coming out of it on all faces, as if it's a some sort of polygon porcupine, very clearly and intentionally built this way. And you can see a few windows glinting off the sun on this building. But other than that, no real indication of what it is.
I wonder if people live there, like maybe a grandma, and then they'd give us tea and cookies, and that could be great. Or it also looks like a porcupine can live there, but I've not seen a real one of those ever. I only read it in a book once, and they looked really cute, especially on their bellies, because that's the part where there's no spikes. But
Just one massive hand just over the mouth.
I have to agree with the detective here. I don't believe grandmothers with tea are living inside of the spiky death house. But I love the enthusiasm, Sue. Always down for education and learning.
Just a release. Just, all right.
if it's not a grandma, maybe they at least have cookies.
Don't think that's the kind of place that has cookies. Just as a thought process, but they might. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Fine. Well, maybe it looks like they're cooking something there, or something's important. Why else would they protect it like that?
Jax, do you think it's anything?
It's like Jax is just thinking hard. Is like the only way we would know is we can walk up to it.
Do they have a door? I wonder if they have a doorbell. I wonder if they have a cool sound for their doorbell. Is there?
But if they have a doorbell, you
Yeah.
can mimic it for us.
Oh, I've got a lot of great tunes for that too. Like you can go really high pitched, because then it's just we'll be humming. Keep making our way perhaps closer to this building.
It is about another quarter-mile hike to the building itself, and you do see very clear double front doors, metal frames, glass windows intact, which you haven't seen in a while. And how that you also see two individuals in some sort of like off-white uniform, both with small packs at their hip, but no other equipment, apparently standing guard on either side of this door. There might be other entrances. You definitely see some windows. Now that you're closer, you can see each one of these spikes, these geometric spikes, sticks out from the building about 5 feet. These are very large. How do you want to approach?
This doesn't look like grandma.
Maybe a cool grandma. Maybe a grandma with spikes. Maybe we just... Well, maybe not the front door anymore. Are there other, like, really... Sorry, this is actually a caustic question, not a Sue question. Are there, like, what are the, like, entrances, windows around this?
So, in towards the base of the spikes, you can see the front door. You can see windows denoting 3 floors above ground. And there might be side doors. You can attempt to, you know, sneak around and try to see if there are more entrances.
Looking
Well, if
at
we
the
don't have to
building-
be quiet, we could throw me through the window.
There is a look of sheer, like, I've been waiting to hear that, like, through his face. Just, don't tempt me, kid. Hey, Doc, you think we should do the polite approach, you know, ask the boys in blue over there, like gestures to the guards, if they accepting visitors, or, you know, do we do the javelin toss?
Javelin.
Honestly, as much as I think we should talk to them, it's probably the best course of action. But I really want to throw Sue through a window and see what she does unleashed inside of the facility. GM, can I do a science learn to see, like, if I think there would be a backdoor, if I think, like, if these two are out front, how guarded it is? Can I use the talent analysis to use raw data to make an understanding?
Yeah, I think that would make sense. Take the clues from your surrounding, try to figure out, you know, what this building might be. Think about your history, what you've heard from past patients. Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. I get to use a D8. And I want to roll low, right? That's good to roll
Correct.
down. Okay. Okay, a 3. Not bad. I don't know what the success rate is, but it feels good.
You're
That's
not
the other
sure.
thing. I have arrogance, so I don't get to know how I do at rolls.
That's right. I can't tell you how difficult the check is beforehand.
No.
So you do actually recall something that you're surprised you hadn't put together before, to be honest. But you've heard rumors that you're not the only doctor in town, as it were. There are other medical professionals around, and there is a place where they congregate, and they call it Drayton Hospital. And this place doesn't look like a hospital, but something about the guards' uniforms looks suspiciously like scrubs, and it's reminding you of pictures in old textbooks you've found.
Yeah, then I think saying to Detective Adrian, well, if I'm not to be mistaken, I do believe it is a hospital of sorts. So if we do throw her through the window, at least there are people with medical supplies. However, I have a feeling that they're not the kind of doctors that benefit the public, and more so ones that benefit themselves. So taking them out wouldn't be the worst idea we could do. Perhaps being people of higher education, we can have a civil conversation with them, but again, I don't think they benefit the people, and I really want to see Sue go inside, but that's just my bias.
Any thoughts, Jax?
I was like, I do like loud and distractions points, so I think throwing through the window probably the best route.
Yes! Plus, if I'm the first one in, finders keepers, and then I get to keep all this stuff.
But
Knowing,
what if
like,
I want some?
No, and Sue
Uh,
sticks her tongue out, knowing that the two of you have a bit of a rivalry with hoarding.
Yeah. Hey. It's like, wait, I want to be throwing it now too.
That's not fair. I called it first.
We could both go.
You
then
get
become
one window
great.
and I get the other then.
Fine.
I'm big, so he's gonna pick both up and like shift position so he's holding them both javelin style and just take a running toss.
Can I actually help with this? I know it's not really like this, but since one of her talents is weapon specialization and common projectile, she would understand what makes a good projectile, and she can like shape herself to make herself a little bit easier to throw.
As you make sure you are just as stiff and as rigid as possible for optimal throwing capabilities. Go ahead and spend your effort to give our detective a second die on this check to throw 2 people through a window on the second floor.
I'm
Got
gonna,
The spear.
I'm gonna presume this is a D12 no matter what I do.
Well, no, unless there's anything specifically on your character sheet saying you can't, I guess this could be. This isn't really a weapon. You're not attacking anything.
Counterpoint, we are
So I would-
definitely attacking the windows.
No. Attacking things means you get a worse die.
Oh, just kidding. No. Home invasions
We're
are
not
definitely
attacking
attacking.
windows.
Nothing's being attacked.
Nothing.
Being harmed here.
Who said that?
No,
Who said that? Oh.
Nothing's technically being attacked, so
Mod, cut it from the stream.
It's like,
We'll fix it in post.
yeah.
It's a D8, so okay. Be one moment here while I get my D8 ready. The one die I don't own.
I was like, Jax has thick skin as ability. No harm to her. She's just ready to be like a cannonball.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
So
You get two dice.
I
You
know.
take the lower one.
yeah,
Oh.
the
Oh.
lower one's a
Ooh.
4.
That's good.
It's
Right?
good.
That's
the other
in the
one was
upper half.
The other one was an 8, so I didn't have much of an
Oh,
option.
good. Help much appreciated.
Yeah.
So you know that your capabilities are limited, and you take a couple steps forward before making this attempt to throw them through the window. And in doing this, the guards spot you. And as you wind up, one of them says, "What do you? No, wait!" And the two of you go flying through 2 different windows.
Ding dong, bitch. Oh wait, am I allowed to curse? Sorry.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Ding dong, bitch. That's the sound she's going for.
It is right here that the title card shows up.
That's another quarter for the swear jar.
Amazing.
I think I even have this
Saga.
swear jar turned off for
BIOPUNK.
this stream, so we're completely fine. Chat can't even prevent us from swearing.
All right. One of these windows was open. I need the 2 of you to figure out who gets to go through the open window. By doing both of you roll a d10. It's going to be 50-50. Whoever is lower gets the open window. Uh-oh.
Where did D10 go?
I'm setting the benchmark.
Okay, I think this is okay. Amazing.
Fair. Okay.
Oh. So, with the shatter of glass, there's a crash as Jax comes flying through one of these windows. Jax, I need you to make an avoid check to try not to get cut as you go through.
Okay. How does one avoid?
If there's nothing on your character sheet that says otherwise, this would be a flat D10, which is the standard for sagas.
Yeah, there's the flat D10. 4.
Okay, you don't take any damage as you come rolling through the window, and Sue, you fly through the open one, do a quick somersault and land, and pop up back to your feet. And the two of you are actually in the same room. And there are several other people in this room as well. You look around, there are pictures on the walls, drawings by children with crayons and charcoal, and just these drawings of people, some people with blades for arms, some appear to be like happy families, there are toys sort of spread out across the whole floor, and there are 3 children in here as well, all human, appear not to be mutated, but there's also an adult here. And Jax, you sense something's wrong immediately in here, because it appears that Sue recognizes this adult. The adult in the room is a 5'10" woman, maybe in her early 20s. You can see one of her eyes is bulging out, has grown maybe 3 times its normal size. And you can see one of her opposite arm is sort of like, almost like a noodle, like it doesn't have bones in it. And she looks around, one very large eye. Well, what a surprise! Are the 2 of you here for class?
No! And Sue will immediately run to hide behind Jax.
And Jax Jax would be like, no, we're not here for class, but they just picks up Sue and just starts trying to football run. Where we're going?
I don't want to be here anymore.
Whoa, we're gonna get out.
The children and the babysitter don't stop you. They just let you go right through the door into a hallway lit with sort of this weird bluish green bioluminescent light. The door slams behind you and the hallway is quiet. 2 of you have a moment.
That was my old babysitter, Ophelia. I hate her.
Oh, I don't like her either. Wait, what's up with the eyeball too? I couldn't look at her.
It's terrible. It's gross. And she destroyed Fluffy Bottom. And she's gonna flip her background around. Fluffy Bottom used to live in here, and now he can't live in here because he got torn apart by Ophelia.
And we see there's a perfect built-in strap and harness for a stuffed animal to be carried around on the backpack.
I'm so sorry. Do you want revenge?
Yes. Wait, what do you mean by that?
I have a lot of options in my brain. What type of revenge do you want?
Oh. And she starts thinking, wait, should we get Sebastian and that detective in here to help us? Because then we could do more.
That's correct. What we should have is a disguise. Because we don't know who else that we might run into.
Oh. Is there a trench coat or something?
I was going to ask for a laundry room where scrubs are at. Is there a laundry room at Scrubs?
You're muted.
Muted.
I think that means yes.
Yes, but there's a laundry room to our left. Wow.
Both of you make checks to see what you can find in the way of disguises.
All right, so that's with the D10 as a default, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's a 10.
3.
Oh, yay. Not a trench coat in sight. Just not at all. You see some open closets with like lab coats in them, and immediately cross it off the list because it's clearly not a trench coat. It's a very specific kind of coat you're looking for. But Jix, you do actually, after wandering around together for a little bit, you manage to get you find a laundry room here on the second floor. And you start rifling through to find your new disguises, and we will switch back outside as you do that. Having just hurled 2 people through windows on the second floor, and having the people standing guard outside this door witness this, one of them just yells, "What are you doing?"
All on you, detective. I'm going to let you handle this.
Right, because I'm good at the whole negotiating thing. Sorry, those were delinquents that happened to be caught outside of the barricades, and I just figured, as opposed to bothering yous with the whole chicanery of trying to talk to yous, I just do the whole toss over. We get the whole shebang sorted out.
You just threw them both into the nursery.
That was that's on me. I get my buildings mixed up. We go for the same basic rust-colored structure type things. Can't tell what things are what, Plus the hat
Honestly,
blocking me.
The nursery seems a perfect spot for those 2.
I mean, you right. You was right.
Well, I guess you got lucky then. Welcome to Drayton Hospital. Are any of you injured?
Looks over to
Yes.
looks back over to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are injured.
Both of you are. As you look to Sebastian to answer this question, I'm gonna need you to make a check to see if they believe you.
Could I use my sweet talk? I have good intentions. Make them think that I have some good intentions with this. and I'm not a
What
suspicious
do you
individual.
say? How do you convince them that your intentions are good after having thrown people through windows in their building?
I mean, I
put the right
explained,
people in the right room. That's a good thing.
I explained the position and just looking over to the
All
doc.
right,
I'm
both
not-
of you make check.
Damn. Okay.
Well, I tried.
So, question. My other struggle is anarchist, that anytime a guard tries to tell me what to do, I have to roll a d12 to not defy them. Is this them telling me what to do, or is this simple enough conversation that we don't need to get into that?
Yet. You don't need
Okay.
to roll. They haven't given you an order or told you to do something yet.
I just wasn't sure, because you did yell wait as we threw the children through the windows, so I didn't know. But I'm gonna roll a d10.
8.
And it's gonna go d8, and it's gonna go well.
No, I rolled an 8.
Oh.
It's okay, I got a 4.
Are we good at this game yet?
Both of you please gain 1 effort, because that's what happens when you fail a check.
Fair enough.
But our effort can't go above the starting number, right?
Right, you can't go above your
Okay.
maximum.
Okay, cool.
One of the other guard looks like, are they injured? Oh, not physically. Why don't the two of you come inside and we'll have you checked out. And he opens the door and gestures for you to go in. Now I need you to roll a d12, Sebastian.
That's 100% fair. Okay, so that's not a 12, but it is a 9.
You don't feel like going inside.
Yeah, I've heard things about your hospital, and I think maybe now that we've returned to the youth, it's better for us to go elsewhere, honestly. But thank you for accommodating those who need it.
Hey, Doc, they politely opened the door for us, and ain't we trying to go inside and do the,
Yeah, but they think they're better than us. So why would we let them help us when we're better than them? You know that they work for the bad team, right?
I mean, I get that, but looking to give the horse in the mouth, and I'm trusting you's got the PhD. Okay, I'm just.
You're tall enough. Yeet me, raise me. I'll grab you, pull you up, and they can't stop us in time. They're weak. They're gods. I don't know why I'm talking like you now, but it's part of defying this man.
Got it. Right.
Sebastian's a doctor that helps people. Sebastian's a doctor that helps people.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So,
I have field medicine.
yeah, we'll just be on our way, I suppose.
Which direction do you guys go?
He holds both hands out to determine if we're going left or right. He has two right hands, so just left. Points to the left direction.
And you point with your hand that looks like it's sort of on backwards and the thumb is on the wrong side.
Yep.
And you start walking around the building that direction, leaving two very, very confused guards slash bellboys slash welcome committee individuals. We switch back to the laundry room, which does have a window facing outwards. Although it is opened just a little bit. But now that you've had time in this hospital to disguise yourselves, what do Sue and Jax look like? We'll start with Jax.
I think Jax is wearing the scrubs and a face mask and everything, and trying to put a cap on her head to put it in there, but her hair is poking through pretty much. It's not fitting very well, but she's trying her best.
Very
about
counter
Sue?
to that. Sue actually will have scrubs that are too long. She's pushed the sleeves up that they're super big and scrunchy on her, and she has to constantly keep pushing them up. They keep falling down on her feet. She's they're so long of pants that they cover her shoes. They look like PJs that she's wearing. But in all of her pockets, right, the little front pocket they have, the side pockets, she's been stuffing them with any medical equipment that she can see, like Band-Aids, Neosporin, stethoscopes, whatever those things are that hits knees, right? She's just grabbing all of it, and it's a little bit of a mix of clattering sounds and deafened a little bit by the amount of cotton balls she's also included in there mixed in, right? It is everything that those begin to weigh down. And so not only is she having to pull her sleeves up constantly, she has to keep pulling those scrub pants up because her pockets are weighing heavily. She's still wearing her normal clothes underneath, so occasionally her cyber unicorn dress shirt that she's wearing gets a peek through every now and then, but she keeps lifting it up like a poor plumber who keeps showing his butt crack.
I think also with Jax is some of the medical tools keep on being stuck on her hands from the magnetics and stuff. As she's trying to take it off, try to rip it off, just go right back on the scalpel and anything else that's that's made out of metal.
You
Looking like
have
Edward
never seen so many tweezers in your entire life, and they're all attached to your left hand.
Oh, those could be really helpful. Keep those.
But there's so many. Do we need all of these?
Actually, this is really helpful. She's gonna take out some of the metal stuff in her pockets and just start sticking them to Jackson's head, like as if you were walking. Yeah, we'll take this one too. That seems really nice. Like it'll be like covering your back of your legs because she can't reach very high on you. Like
As this is happening, Jax, you have a vantage point, and you happen to glance outside, and you see Sebastian and Adrian walking around the side of the building.
No, hey, it's our friends.
hey,
Hey, hey.
The two of you look up, and you can see them in a window.
Sebastian.
We didn't like the guards.
Okay, I don't want to like describe your character. Like, the detective may not be old, but Sue.
Yeah. Looks over to Sebastian. What do you mean we speak in French today? You didn't like the guards. I wanted to go through the front door.
But you asked my opinion, and I said, fuck the guards, let's move on anyway. And now look, we have an opportunity that doesn't require their permission.
How high is the window in comparison to us?
It's about 12 feet off the ground.
And then just hoist Sebastian up, grab his leg, and just like start pushing him towards the window.
Jax will try to pop open the window.
There's a crank, and you open it, and it opens sort of like this, so you can reach down and pull up.
I say, Sue, grab him. I don't think it's a good idea. I would.
What? I have to help?
I have scissors for hands right now.
Somebody grab him.
Come on. And she will reach with both hands to grab one of Sebastian's.
Yeah, which, based on the height descriptions, we're at the 12 feet anyway. So it's not that hard just to like hoist in. So I imagine Sue like doing that thing, she grabs a clothes, like pulls in a way that only makes it worse.
Yeah.
This is actually, if you ever tried to do this in real life, it's actually very difficult to get someone to stand on someone else's shoulders and like hoist themselves up on top of something. So I need checks from everyone involved.
Okay.
A 1.
A 3.
Ooh.
Oh wait, that was the wrong die because I rolled a 12, putting that over there, so
Oh.
don't forget that again.
You're like, that
4.
An option.
Yeah.
It goes surprisingly well. Sebastian's sort of like accidentally ragdolling it a little bit and just being hoisted and lifted. But you do eventually get Sebastian through the window and you tumble into the laundry room. You can see several, coat racks filled with empty hangers and filled with sets of scrubs. You see a like one of those giant large laundry baskets just filled with towels and sheets. And you look back out the window, and 6 feet down is Detective Hutch.
Okay, thanks for your help. You can go away now. And then Sue will pop back in the window. Just
Hey!
I will immediately start tying sheets together to make a sheet ladder while Sue is causing chaos.
Here's my hand. It's only
Brilliant.
like 6 inches out the window.
Kid.
I'm not going to require another check. You do get up through the window, and now all of you are in Drayton Hospital.
My head's like brushing the ceiling partially. Just, all right.
Jackson and I found my mortal enemy, and they also seem to have a lot of things here. It's really kind of suspicious because everywhere else we've been has not been so great.
We're doctors now.
Yeah.
Oh, congrats. We're all...
needed like 8 years of medical school or something.
It wasn't
You
even
used
hard.
to.
Yeah.
Now you just need a coat and people to believe in you, and honestly, that's been part of the biggest problem of having an actual practice. But hey, here we are.
Yeah.
You only need to believe in yourself. As she points to your chest.
You gotta remind me here, kid. Your mortal enemy. How long you been in existence?
12, and it's a long time to have a mortal enemy.
12 years is a long time to have
Well-
a mortal enemy. This is fair.
I mean, she wasn't always my mortal enemy. She was my babysitter, but then she became my mortal enemy. So less than 12, but that's still a long time. Like, it was like for a year. It happened a year ago.
That's
That
crazy.
is like an eighth of your life. That is a
Yeah.
large
Yeah.
percentage.
So if you say it like it's 12 months, it sounds longer.
Yeah. Because it's a bigger number.
Yeah.
Just because it's a bigger number.
Yeah.
Jax can vouch for me though, right? Like,
The,
Ophelia look like.
the Ophelia is a. I understand why Ophelia is an enemy.
Oh, she looked that bad.
The big old bulging eye coming out,
And then
your little arm, almost like a octopus coming at you.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
that sounds gross.
Extremely disturbing. I feel so
Yeah.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and there's
Yeah.
children in that room too, so. we probably
Oh,
should
there's
stay.
children in that room.
she's a babysitter, but not a good one.
Well, I did throw you both through the nursery.
A wild
You
stroke
think
of
we
luck,
were
if we're being honest.
babies?
No, but like I had a discussion with the guards. I don't know what buildings look like. Why is there a hospital out here? Why is there a working one with like people in it? I mean,
There was like weird like childhood drawings too of like people with like saw hands and yeah,
I think they're
experiments
testing new augmentations.
on children.
that
Yeah.
sounds.
I meant more in general, and the children
Oh.
are here because their parents were kidnapped, but they could be on children.
Oh, that too.
So we need to find the headquarters of this broom building space.
Right, yeah. So
Yeah.
We'll know everything.
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Now you guys need to put on disguises also.
Yeah, because you guys look ugly.
I grab a coat,
Yeah.
shove my arm through it, and the sleeve comes up to my elbow. Can't get the other sleeve through. Grab a second coat and do the same thing.
Sebastian just takes off his tattered coat and puts on a clean one, and otherwise looks exactly the same.
Amazing.
Ta-da!
I was like, Doc,
We're
you look so
doctors.
different.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, I look like I have
Did you get a
lot of hair now,
haircut?
which is a shame. I
Oh.
did. I think Sue pulled a bit of my hair out as she pulled me through the window.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good job, Sue.
I'm gonna go. What door did you come through to get to here so that we go through not that door?
The one with the handle.
You
Are
see
there
two
actually
doors with
multiple
handles.
doors? I don't know if it was an opportunity to be snarky or not.
It absolutely was. There are two doors. There are two doors. Both of them have handles.
You're gonna have to be real specific with me, kid.
I think we came from the left.
Okay, thank you.
So we go through the right door,
Yes.
which
Because
is
it's the right door. Get it?
hey.
Ah, I don't like you still.
Yeah, feel is mutual, kid. I'm gonna head to the right door and try the handle.
They about to have another enemy soon too.
Mortal enemy number 2.
You click-
Beef ended with
Um,
Ophelia. New mortal enemy just dropped.
yeah.
Yeah.
The door opens very easily into another hallway, and you see directly across from you. This hallway also has that weird bluish green bioluminescence illuminating it. But directly across from you, there's a room with a weird, like, fluorescent glow. And you can hear a light buzzing from there.
Oh, that's just creepy.
I don't know what
Yeah.
sound hedgehogs make, but maybe that's them in there. Not
Um,
hedgehogs, porcupines, whatever this building looks
You
like.
were extremely close, but yes, it was a
You-
porcupine and not a hedgehog.
I'll check it out, guys. And like Jax will like turn around and try to shake off some of the tools off, and then her back becomes a peacock tail, and the eyes is scanning the room.
To clarify, a peacock tail with actual eyes. in it.
Eyes, yeah. Mm-hmm. Robotic eyes, just looking
That's
around.
so
What
cool.
do I need to roll for that?
A check. It depends on what you have on your character sheet. I think you have stuff for this.
I think it's a D8. Yeah. So, or what? Two.
That's pretty good.
Hey.
This room's a little bit weird. Like as far as most rooms go, there appears to be a sort of like a small hallway on one side where all the doors are, and a chair that sits in front of a large panel, and then a wall on the other side of that panel that just has glass. So someone sits at these, someone would sit at these panels with buttons and lights and stuff, looking into the rest of the room. Although the wall doesn't go all the way across, there's no door, it's just open. And on the other side, you can see this very large white machine. It looks like there's a bed that has been rolled out, and it looks like someone would lay down on it and get pushed into this giant white tube. You're looking at an MRI room.
Yeah, Jax will pass along the information. Yeah, I think I found the MRI room. There's somebody typing and they're shoving people in a white tube.
Should we stop them?
No, there's no people in there right now. Sorry.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Works.
There's no people, but there is something else that's very strange about this room, and that is that the light above is built into the ceiling and on, and some of the buttons are also lit up.
Hey, Doc. What's an MRI room?
If the old books are to be believed, they spin magnets extremely quickly to see inside of you. But it requires vast amounts of electricity, and the light is on.
Oh, where do they get the electricity from? I've never seen it. And like a bug drawn to a candle. Like she's walks into this room, her eyes fixated on that light, and her jaw drops open and her arms are slack. Like those sleeves just like drop to the ground.
I'm just gonna drop a sheet on Sue's face. Stop looking at the light, it's bad for your eyes. Do you think we should kill him, or should we ask him questions?
Let's go questions first. I'll handle that part of the negotiation. Cracks knuckles.
Yes.
I will.
Sue, it really is bad for your eyes to stare directly at a light, whether it's electric or gas powered. You've learned this by this point in your life.
She's looking at it through the sheet. But it's so pretty.
It's like a fluorescent hospital light, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is.
When you're used
It's
to
like
it,
the
it's
ugliest
ugly,
light you've
okay?
ever seen.
Yeah. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and we're not here to tell Sue she's wrong.
She never seen this before. I let her have her moment.
Dude, I think a good chunk of us haven't seen like an actual
Yeah.
fluorescent bulb going. That's crazy.
Yeah.
None
That's
of you
very
actually
nuts.
have, unless
Yeah.
you may have read about them and seen them in pictures, but you've never actually seen functioning electrical anything before. This is entirely new.
This
There-
is nuts.
They said there was somebody there.
Was there a worker? Or
No one in the room,
no?
just the
one's.
four of you.
Was there someone
but
behind a window
Sebastian-
looking into the room?
So Sue will rip off the sheet.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what electricity can do?
Yeah. This is what the book says. I thought at this point it's about to be a fairy tale.
She'll turn around to Sebastian. Can I press the buttons to the MRI and turn it on?
Hospital question. Typically, the MRI operating room is in a different room to not be the same as the spinning magnetic tube. Are the buttons in this room, or are they not in this room?
They are in this room.
Poorly made space.
Above
Adrian's
people,
gonna,
this is fun for Sean, who works in a medical facility.
Adrian's gonna use his big brain for a moment and think about the fact that the doc just told him magnets and
Yeah,
looks at
look.
Jax.
No, like Jax already knows to not go farther in. Jax understands the MRI in here game. Jax is like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay right here.
Oh, hey, kid,
Uh,
come here.
Yeah.
I gotta lead over to the keyboard.
She grabs one of your like empty sleeves to hold on to as she follows you there.
You can push a button, one of the ones that's light up right now.
Whatever the biggest button is the one she presses.
There's this very large big one that's underneath a glass case. And
She'll
you
pause
run
for
over
a
to
second
it.
with her finger right above it and look back at everyone for a final approval.
Does that button say anything?
It's just
Like
a big-
on.
it's an
Alarm, maybe. I don't know.
emergency.
Self-destruct, like giant button. That scares me.
It does have a symbol on it. None of you recognize it immediately.
Oh God, no!
perfect.
Dog looks at it.
Look, it's
Dog.
got a picture on it too. And she's gonna like slam it.
You immediately when this happens, there is a fry of sparks that goes across the rest of the panels, and you hear a as the light in the ceiling dims and goes out.
I didn't do that.
Those sparks, aren't they? Those electricity?
I think so. And perhaps we used too much power and we killed the last of it on Earth, but at least we got to see Sue do something cool.
That's true. So that means then the information isn't in.
And the
Oh,
lights
never
come back
mind.
on.
We don't need to bother the child about her life choices. Hooray!
Lifetime of guilt. So then, this doesn't. Where's the power held?
Is there like a wire or anything that we can like follow?
Yeah, there's no immediately apparent wires except for. Yeah, no, there's no immediately apparent wires.
So at least it's OSHA compliant.
We
Easy
love that
now.
about Triton Hospital. Yeah.
Like, whew, how we avoid that?
So, for the sake of exploration's sake, I'm gonna presume that this hospital probably has got a lower bit, as opposed to just where we is.
We
And
did
if I
throw
was-
them through a second floor window.
And if I was gonna hide somethings, I would probably be hiding it in the lower bits.
So we have to find the butt of the building.
More like
Yes.
the feet of the building.
Feet of
More
the
like the
building.
bottom.
Yeah, like the
Bottom.
bottom of the feet.
It
Yeah.
makes me miss Fluffy Bottom. And you see Sue start to tear up as she brings her backpack around to her front and clutches it.
You're doing the thing again where you got water leaking out of your eyes. And I need that. I know. And I need you to not be doing that
Oh.
right now.
Look at the magnets. This is a pony, and this is a rainbow. And look, the pony goes over the rainbow.
I don't think I know how much about 12-year-olds, but let's assume this definitely entrances her.
There's no television in this world that's
Yeah.
been shot.
And I can't believe that Jax is just living TikTok. That's crazy.
They get sisters there. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I don't know why.
Literally sitting here with a 12-year-old, like, we have to do this, Jingles keys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head out the door and see if I can like peek around the sides to see if I can see a stairway or anything.
You peek quickly around the door and you see two people walking towards you. Do you stay there or do you quickly duck back in?
1 second, folks, and I'm gonna just loom out of the doorway and just kind of stand at attention as well.
Jax was joined because Jax was also standing at the doorway, trying to like close up her peacock feathers real quick.
Hey, gentlemen, sorry. There was a bit of a kerfuffle in the hospital. You see, stuff went down and then it went back up. Everything's fixed. We're all good.
Jax rapidly nods.
One of the guards, the people, they're dressed in the same uniform as the guards out front were. And one of them says, "You stop right there. You're going to have to come with us, sir."
It's Doctor, like popping her head out, like, Doctor Detective?
These are my medical assistants. You cannot take them. I need them for research.
Make a check.
Yeah.
All of you are now out in the hallway.
As a thing,
Okay.
I have the not trait, the thing of bad taste, to where I just
Right,
kind
the
of stick
struggle.
out like a sore thumb. Kind
Mhm.
of helps that I'm wearing 2 doctor's jackets on both arms, so
I did
Or
get
does
a
it help
1.
spell that we're patients now?
Yay! Oh, one.
I did get a 1.
One of the guys who had he sort of raised his hand like this, pointing directly at you, and there's no apparent reason why. It's like he's threatening you somehow, but he lowers it. He says, "Oh, very sorry, sir. Carry on, and remember, you have to sign the schedule form when you need to use the MRI."
Yes, I'm sorry. The little one was too excited and couldn't grab her in time. We will be much more careful. We'll bring her back to the
Please do.
nursery if she behaves like that again.
All right. We'll let Dr. Drayton know what happened. And they turn and start walking away.
one moment. Speaking of, I'm new here. As you know, as was said, I'm an assistant lately. Dr. Drayton, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting said doctor. Can I have a reference where they might be? I want to introduce myself properly.
Oh. I don't think you want to do that. Meeting Dr. Drayton isn't what most people would call a pleasure.
I mean, I hear you, and I respect the statement here, but to be fair, from where I come from, I don't know if you've heard of the place. I come from a kind of a rough neighborhood called Galwayville, so I'm in the Northeast. I'm used to seeing people that you don't want to meet on a daily basis. You get what I mean? Just between friends.
Isn't the doctor from? Yeah, I think the doctor recently had a visit at least to Galwayville. But maybe you can use that as a jumping off point to start your conversation. He's in the basement.
Oh yeah, he's from the boroughs too. Hey, let's go. All right, practically makes us cousins. All right then. Now I'll go properly introduce myself when I'm done here doing my job. Y'all folks, you take good care now. Get yourself a bite to eat on me when you get the chance.
They're not sure what you mean by that, but they bid you goodbye and walk away.
Alright, so there's a basement.
We fit in so well to this hospital.
I know.
We're all
Right?
idiots.
Find the feet.
Is there a sign like elevator this way?
I hope so.
There is a sign next to a door with a stairs symbol on it.
Okay. I suppose we would understand stairs far more than elevators. So, yeah, let's go to the stairs.
This looks familiar.
Start galumphing down the stairs.
The four of you you open the door into this awful terrifyingly spooky stairwell where the electricity is still working. These creepy flickering lights clicking and buzzing. And just solid concrete in all size with a rusted metal railing in the center. In each corner, there appears to be some sort of pipe. And you continue downstairs. And at this point, the light is starting to... It feels better when you close your eyes. Because when you open them, your head starts to hurt a little bit. But you make it to the bottom floor, the basement, and you can see there's another door there with a small window in it, with a dull green pulsing light coming through it. And it appears that there is some sort of liquid seeping out from underneath it, this dark greenish ooze.
Do not lick that, whatever you do.
How else was I supposed to study it then?
You can lick it. I told Sue not to.
Okay. He'll dip a pinky onto the liquid and like lift it and give it the sniff test first.
Make a check
Who's
to see what
licking
you
her
can
lips
identify.
Watching you do this.
Is this technically an investigation?
Yeah, I think it would be.
Hell yeah, I get to use a D8.
Yay!
That's a 2. Let's go, baby.
Yay!
Ooh, brilliant.
Let's get it.
It appears that you smell several different things, and I guess now taste several
now we smell
different
liquids.
things inside the liquid. Most of them are preservatives, or like, and there's some sort of medical alcohol-like substance, either for cleaning or something like that. You're guessing it's two things mixed together.
Oof. Tastes like bad hooch and good canned food.
I do like canned food. Can I try it now?
Oh,
I mean, the detective hasn't dropped dead. My moral thing is to allow the child to try. But this is also not my call to make.
Tongue on floor. Licks it.
Jesus Christ.
Please make...
Why I don't want kids, the game.
I love that Stu is 12, but we're all treating her like she's maybe 5.
She's 5. We don't. Let's just say she's 5 for the
No,
ease of
no.
this.
All right.
Children are.
I don't know enough about kids to know the difference, so we're good.
As you are lapping up this probably some sort of alcohol off the floor, you all of you see there's a couple of flashes from the other side of the door that you can see through the window, and you can hear something happen, noise with each one of those.
That can't be right. Good. Reach for the door and like just gently move the doorknob to see if it's locked.
It is not.
Okay. Let's maybe try to be what's the term? Stealthy about this.
I can do that.
Okay. So stealth mode.
Okay, hold on. And she like hunkers down, like she's preparing, like it looks like a Naruto run pose, but she does not plan on running. Like that's her stealth mode version, like arms straight back. I'm ready.
Oh my god, it's a zoomer in this party is great. Jax. Stealth mode.
Stealth mode.
Stealth mode. Gently click the door down, like doorknob down, and then just like slowly push it open.
And as the door quietly opens, we are going to go on our break.
Whoa, what's in the box?
We're back.
We are back, and we have just opened the door to the bottom level of this hospital in a biopunk world. I'll remind you, the hospital didn't look like a hospital. It had these weird 5-foot-long pyramid-shaped spikes coming out in a pattern, a very organized pattern on the sides and top of the building. And here in the basement, there is no such sign. There are weirder things. The dull green light is coming from a table in a corner of a very large room. You can see a couple of pillars holding up the ceiling instead of all different rooms. There are several lit up large human-sized test tubes, each containing an individual. Very hard to see through the murky water, but the shapes don't look quite human. One of them has a head that is vaguely triangular. One of them has an arm that is large and maybe claw-shaped. The other has just swollen in size entirely. And at the table in front of all of them stands a figure with a thin bony frame, a lab coat draped over the shoulders, but the sleeves dangle at the back unused. And the head is like elongated, and the skull is partially see-through, so you can see the brain, also weirdly illuminated in this green light. And lying on the table is what looks like used to be in the empty fourth chamber. Another very large, human-esque figure, but this time with two enormous muscular arms and a barrel-like chest, but disproportionately small legs and head. And you can see bits of metal shining in it, glinting off the light, as the doctor mutters to himself, not quite audibly to you, as he works on the body. Instruments surrounding him on several different tables, and every now and then a shower of sparks from the body. He doesn't seem to have noticed the four of you come in.
That's your cousin.
What?
No, stay out of it.
She like steps back a little bit.
Just start preemptively looking around the room to see if there's anything that I could physically grab in case I need a weapon.
Make a check.
Improvised weapon rolls for me are also a D8 because of my rank. Roll.
Hooray.
3.
Yay.
With a 3, you actually find on one of the walls right next to you, there is an array of very large instruments. You see two different kinds of bone saw, one electrical with a spinning blade, the other one more like a hacksaw. You also see just a chair, the two chairs stacked up and leaning against the wall. Those are the most weapon-like things you can find.
Look back to the person doing these little experiments. All right, Doc, should you think I should be maintaining stealth mode, or should we
Destroy it all.
Should ambush.
I fully agree we need to destroy it all. However, I think he might be the only person that knows where the electricity is and can be redistributed. So we need to either ask a question, then destroy it all, or destroy it all and amidst destroying, ask a question and hope he favors us well enough to give an answer.
First one.
Okay. Slowly get out of the stealth crouch, which probably put me at a healthy 5 foot in height, and now I'm back to my like blocking the doorway.
Hello.
The doctors are
The-
here.
The doctor stops moving, puts the implements down, and leans on the table in front of him.
I thought I said I did not want to be disturbed.
Do I recognize that voice?
You do.
Ooh.
This man looks very different than the last time you had an interaction with him. He still has the same thin, bony frame, but the head is new, elongated, swollen, as if he's augmented himself with additional intelligence.
You sound familiar. Yo, wait a moment here. Moriarty, that's your ugly mug over there.
The doctor slowly see what is barely a skull looking back at you, eyes fully sunk into their sockets, face, skin stretched back against the face, flattening the nose and forcing the lips apart so that the teeth, rotting and sharpened, are showing.
Ugh.
It has not been so long since I have heard that name. You must be the small town detective that thought he could take on the great Moriarty.
See, you got some work done. I like it. Matches your personality.
Is it ugly?
Well,
Oh, very.
Oh, it matches you really well then.
Yeah, very well.
Yeah.
it is a slow and foolish mind that worries about appearances in this world. Achievements are all that matter.
I mean, if you're so ugly that nobody's going to talk to you, nobody's going to know you did anything, and they're all going to run in fear, so nobody will even really care what you did.
Looking at
Yeah.
Yeah.
tubes full of people.
Good. I would not
So-
want the world to know what I am responsible for.
So, what is you responsible for, Doc? You, cooking up some, new friends over there?
Well, since you so generously asked,
And he hits a button on the side of the pillar, and you hear a large latch slide into place in the door behind you.
I am responsible for much more than the terrorizing of towns and the augmentation of people. I am responsible for the societies that have been born since the crash. I would even claim most of the responsibility for the crash itself.
That's
It
a lot
has
to
been
claim without proof to back it up.
years.
Can you tell us how you did it?
Well, as I'm sure you saw, long before the crash, I designed this building, itself a Faraday cage, to protect from whatever may happen in the Earth's atmosphere. How familiar are you with the results of nuclear detonations?
That'd be a 0 for me.
Yeah, the only thing we really learned is that it's an easy to penetrate facility that we can throw children through the window. Like, this is not a really well-made center.
Yeah, you have terrible defense systems.
We know nothing about nuclear bombs, but we can raid this place
Uh,
whenever we want.
I feel as I feel like Jax may know because they have the knowledge of explosives.
Ooh, go ahead and roll a check.
Ooh.
And you can use, I would say, that explosive crafting would apply here.
Yes.
As this is happening, Adrian's gonna like lean down to the kid and just go, "This is what I mean when I say that bad guys like to monologue. This is that kind of thing where they love to talk, you know. They spew their beans a lot beforehand because they think that they're revealing some grand master plan or whatever."
I was ready to take a nap through him. Honestly, I think Ophelia is scarier than this Maury guy.
Yes, this is the thing. It comes with the territory, you know. You'll learn to kind of tune out the not important bits and just filter in all the smart stuff.
Got it.
Fun.
Oh, jam.
You got a 1.
Yeah.
You realized what had happened maybe halfway into this speech. The instant he asked about nuclear detonations, it was confirmed. In history, one of the things that could have possibly caused this whole crash is an EMP, but there are very few EMPs that are large enough to take out the electricity across the world. One theory that was posited when it had just happened was that it was a nuke from somewhere in the world powerful enough to send its shockwave, or the EMP part of its shockwave, around the planet entirely. You also know that you also now recognize the shape of this building is a type of Faraday cage which protects from EMPs. And it just clicks in your head. That's why electricity still works here.
Yeah, like Jackson's mind just like looks like the math meme, just like calculating everything as being said right now. And then like as she like thought about it and everything clicked, like her like peacock feathers like pop out, almost like a light bulb thinking. It's like, oh. So like y'all can see the expressions on Jack's face as she put all the puzzle pieces together.
It seems at least one of you is intelligent enough to understand the implications of my design. As for security, it is not strictly needed. More of a front, as it were. All the security I need is down here.
And he pulls a lever, and you see electricity just shock the body lying on the table. And it starts to rise.
I am Dr. Drayton, and you will obey me. Rid us of these intruders.
And the creature snaps to attention
Can
and starts walking on its thin legs towards you.
Sue step up and say like, "I'm Dr. Sue. You will obey me," and say it louder.
Make a check.
Can I help
If it's just voice
by-
command.
saying, "That's right, this place sucks," because I've already said that we're hating on all medical facilities. Oh, we don't need help. We got this anyway.
A perfect 1, which is about what you needed.
She's beautiful.
The creature looks around.
Dr. Sue, important.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. The youngest
Correct.
of her kind to become a doctor. Far
Prodigy.
smarter than this man.
My
Prodigy.
whole body's made of brain.
Correct.
That's not a lie.
Very smart.
So,
How do you?
ooh,
And a shard of bone sticks out of this guy's head, like almost a unicorn, as he falls to the ground, unmoving.
Leon, no.
The doctor standing
No.
behind him, his fingers have grown to several feet long, and he retracts them.
Another failed experiment. I'll have to dispatch of you myself.
Doesn't that
And he starts
reflect about
running
you as a
towards you.
doctor?
oh, he's running towards us.
Oh,
Okay.
He is running towards you, and I need some reaction rolls as we determine our turn order. I'll ask for your rolls in a moment,
oh no.
A reaction is just a D10, right?
unless you have something on your sheet that says otherwise.
Nope.
Man, that scene makes me think immediately of that the Netflix show. Oh my god, what was it called?
Gonna have to be more specific.
I
There's a lot of
know.
Netflix
I
shows.
know.
Oh yes, that one.
I know.
Correct.
So
The
The
Yeah.
one
show.
with the dude.
Yeah, the one with the dude with the face.
2 on my end.
3.
All right. Anybody get a 10, 9, 8,
Hold on, a little, my D10.
7,
Oh no, not Dr. Sue.
6,
Made the mistake of
5.
stepping forward.
4, 3, 2. Both of you will be going at the same time. You can decide who actually gets to move first.
Hell yes.
You want to go first? Is these your mortal enemy?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay, cool.
All right, and then you are first. In Sagas, you have a movement and an action. He is currently a little bit too far away from you for you to be like getting in melee. You would be able to sprint up to him. There is 3 zones essentially in this room between you and him. There's where he is, where all of you are, and then a zone in the middle. You can move 1 zone with your movement, and with your action, you can attack, you can brace, you can make a check, you can dash, which is move another zone, or you can encourage and give some of your remaining effort to someone that needs it.
So, because I am big, I take up 2 zones. He's going
You
to
take up not quite 2
Not quite
zones.
2
You take
zones.
up more capacity in that
Yes,
zone.
in
So
that
all
zone.
of you are like super close together right now because because the detective's so big.
He's going to move forward and grab one of the chairs that he'd seen, and just, if that's not my action will be to swing the chair.
Oh, yeah, I'm not requiring an action to pick up an object.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's gonna grab the
so
chair.
he's like 40 feet away from you right now. This is a very large room.
Oh, yeah, just swing and just probably brace. So,
All right. Are you going to stay right there? Or are you going to move forward or to the side?
I'll move forward. I'll move towards him.
All right. You move slowly towards him, making sure you have the shield of a chair in front of you in case any attacks are incoming. All right. That moves us to Sebastian.
So, question about the tanks in the room. Typically, in Evil Science Lab tank, they have like a little filter where things get in and out of Evil Science Lab human experiment. Is there Evil Science Lab little grate?
Yes.
Can I take one of the vials of poison I keep on me and pour it in, so if he tries to summon them, they are dying in their own little tubes?
You so the tanks are like behind him. You're gonna have to go all the way across the room to get there. But absolutely, if you can get there, that wouldn't even require a check.
You said it's 3 zones, right, to get there?
Mm-hmm.
So I can dash
where you are, and
2.
then 1, and then where he is, and then where the tanks are.
So I guess I'd like to dash as close as I can, which I guess would put in the same one he's in, and then stand perfectly still because I have shadowy statue, so I can just not exist when I stand still. So run as much as I can and then stop.
Treat him like a T-Rex. They can't see me.
So you run, and then the floor is a little bit wet, and you sort of slide to a stop and just stop breathing. All right. That will be. Well, we'll see if he sees you. We're not sure. Jax, you're up.
Cool. I will like Jax to football tackle the man by, as she's running, anything magnetic try to come at her, and she's gonna use her natural weapons ability, rank 3, to barricade, like to tackle down.
All right. I need you to make a check to move.
Cool.
There's apparently some metal in this floor.
Okay, cool. Crazy. So that would be a D12. Excellent. Two.
Your the magnets in your tail are sort of like stuck to the ground, but as you retract it quickly, they easily pop up and you can make that distance. So since he's 2 zones away, you would have to use your action to get to him. So do you want to just get into his zone? You wouldn't be able to attack, but
yeah.
All right. So you move into that zone right next to the shadowy statue of Sebastian.
Hey, Sebastian.
And it is now
Oh my bad.
it is Dr. Drayton's turn. And he is going to he shakes his arm, and out of his sleeve comes a tiny remote, and he clicks one of the 3 buttons, and one of the tanks opens, and this liquid just spills out onto the floor as the center one, the guy with the claw, falls onto his knees and looks up.
Now what, Doctor? It's time to get rid of intruders. You should ask
now's
me
your
to
chance.
do something else.
A claw.
The doctor is then going to swing out. He's going to make 2 attacks. He's first going to swing out towards Jax. I need you to make an avoid check.
Dang.
It's definitely a 10.
You take 2 points of damage.
Ooh, crazy.
That's not much damage.
And to be clear, normally it's 1 point of damage for most things, so 2 is kind of wild. It's double normal. For audience sake. And then he is going to move forward. He apparently is either doesn't see Sebastian or is ignoring him. You can't really tell, but he moves away and is going to take that same hand with the extended finger claws and swipe at Adrian. I need you to also make an avoid check.
Sweet. A little bit of. Where are my dice? Oh no. Also, penny dribbles. That's what I was thinking.
Oh. Okay.
3.
It's fun because the chat doesn't have anyone's name in it, so it's like, who just yelled Penny Dreadful?
With a 3, you successfully deflect his fingers with the chair, and you take no damage whatsoever. And he is like right up in front of you now, your nemesis. Sue,
Hey, buddy.
you are pulling up the rear, both in the room and in turn order. What do you do?
She is going to pull out her slingshot from inside her scrub. She'll pull it out, swing, and then pull one of those extra tweezers that she had plucked off Jax earlier and use it to slingshot towards
Was
the
wondering
doctor.
when that was gonna come into play. Brilliant. All right, go ahead and make your attack roll.
All right. Then it's a 9.
Oh.
Off the ceiling.
Sorry.
You do get one
Sorry,
effort
Jack.
back though because you failed to check.
Oh, good. And I can move too, right?
Yes.
She will then Naruto run behind Jax. Probably not catch up entirely, but will be in that line of sight.
Okay, same zone as Jax and Dr. Dryden.
Yes.
All right, that brings us back to, or no, Naruto run to Jax. Jax is a little bit further away from you.
Yeah, like in the same line. Will not catch up, but will like be in the
Got it.
shadow
So
of
in the
like
same zone as the Doctor and Adrian. Okay. It is Adrian's turn.
He's right in front of me.
Yeah, he's right in front of you.
Just bring the chair down on top of his head.
Yeah.
Give him
Give
the
him
chair.
the chair.
Yeah.
Yes. Same wavelength. All right, go ahead and make an attack roll.
As the wrestling fan, it makes me so happy rolling
Yes.
the D8. Oh my god, that's a 1.
Oh my god, you crit
it.
with this chair. You bring it down right on top of his head. And remember, his head is like slightly see-through and you can see the brain underneath it. And as you bring the chair down, a crack forms in that almost glass canister that holds his brain. And he takes 2 damage.
Probably like split the chair in half, like looks at the pieces, tosses one of the legs aside, just keeps the other one. Just... Hey, so you about ready to just, lay down? I can put handcuffs on you.
I've never laid down for anything in my life.
Take that as you will.
Jax is like, that's sad.
Sebastian.
Well, yeah. Would it be a full action to poison the tank?
I'm gonna say yes because you actually have to unstopper the thing, get it in the right spot, and pour the entire thing in, and you have to
That's
stay there the whole time.
100% fair, and I will still be doing that. I just also wanted to infect the guy that came out of the tube. So I guess I'm imagining I was on the left, so I'll poison the leftmost tube.
All right, you take your vial. What color is it?
This is gonna be blue. It's a little shiny and blue.
And we see this blue sort of swirl up into the tank itself, and the creature inside twitches violently a few times and then is still.
Oh, so that wasn't a snack.
Never eat anything on my
No.
belt. It will kill you or make you feel a lot better and then kill you in seconds. And then he's gonna stand still again.
And pose.
You said I need to stand there pouring it in. He's just like, hey, here we go.
Smart. Smart.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
Over here.
brilliant.
Yep, just
All right,
standing there
Jax,
with
you're
the
up.
little bottle going in.
Jax is next.
Yeah, we're gonna try that. We're just gonna swing at the doctor, hand with the left hand with all the tweezers, natural weapon style. Punch.
You flail this tweezer and embalmed hand through the air at the doctor.
Cool. I rolled a 4.
4 hits.
Yeah.
As some of the tweezers just fully stick into his shoulder. I mean, you still have some attached to your hand, but a couple of them came off and are like stabbing into him. And he takes another point of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, do I get one more attack in? Or no?
No.
Okay.
One. I think we took out extra attack rules. It's rapid fire. Only bosses get extra attacks.
Gotcha.
What if we feel like a boss?
Yeah.
Then you can
Jack's be
ask me
tanking.
nicely for an extra attack so I can say no.
Got it.
Pretty please. I'm baby. Jax
I'll tell you what, the doctor will instead go after his nemesis instead of the person who just stabbed him with like 6 tweezers. And the other hand, shink, the claws come out, and he is going to swing at Adrian twice. Please make 2 avoid checks.
Dang.
All right, first check. All right, that's an 8, so that's bad. Second check. That's a 3. That's better.
As you try to get out of the way of the first check, it rakes across your chest, ripping your outfit into shreds as it does and biting into your flesh. You take 2 points of damage, but you are
Dang.
prepared for the second one, and you use that chair leg to just swat it out of the air. Now it is his extra's turn, and it is going to take a swing with its giant claw at Sebastian. Sebastian, please make an avoid check.
Okay. Do I not get to roll a d8 to remain unseen while not moving?
If you take your action to attempt to hide, yes.
See, I assumed standing still just worked.
No.
Doesn't
You need
look
to
like a
actually
threat.
make the check.
Hey, that's fair. Is this dodge melee? Does that do anything for me? Or is
This
just
would
a
be
regular-
melee.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only thing I wrote down is melee attacks. Melee attacks against you do not receive benefits from the attacker being hidden. Is that all it is at rank 1, or does it change the die?
No, it would change the die at higher
Okay.
ranks.
Okay, cool. Then it's a 10, and I got a 2.
Woo.
That is a success. As the claw
Okay.
opens and swings towards you, you duck well underneath. You were standing there watching the thing. You saw this swing coming from a mile away. That's its turn. Sue, you're up.
Okay. There are other tanks still with specimens still inside, right?
There is a poisoned tank, an empty tank, and a tank with one still inside. Yeah.
Okay. So the one creature attacking Sebastian, I would like to speak to it, but this time using vocal mimicry to sound like the doctor.
Woo.
To tell it and
Clever.
command it to attack the other or to destroy the final tank. So I'll have to roll a d8.
Yes. This
But
is
this time I'm using like an actual trait of Sue.
it's still going to be quite difficult because even if the doctor did give this command, it would
Yeah.
be questioned.
Okay.
So remember, your allies can help you by spending effort and justifying how they might be helping this to give you extra dice, and that can be done after you roll the first one.
Fair. It is a 2.
What do you yell?
You idiot! This is her attempt, right? Like,
Yeah, right. You have it's
You
better. It's
idiot!
deeper than this.
don't let them take my precious secrets. Destroy my other tank.
Oh, all right, boss. You're the boss.
Yes.
And it is going to swing and just shatters the other tank. And this large, the biggest one of these, maybe 10 feet tall, beefy, muscular, and naked just falls onto the ground with a bunch of like tubes still attached to it. And it doesn't move.
She'll use the rest of her move to get to. Can I catch up to get behind Jax now?
Yes.
Okay. I know we're being stealthy, but just so you know, it's me behind you now.
Hi, Sue.
Shh, we're stealthy.
Adrian, as you see this taking place behind your nemesis, it is your turn.
Thank you for answering.
I seem to only have an option. He's going to spin the table leg and find like the sharper end of it and then just jab it into the side of where he's made the crack.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Get
Die.
Respectfully.
I'm
Die.
I
It's a simple ask.
I asked nicely.
A
One?
crit?
crit again.
Oh my god.
That's a
As
lot of
the
ones.
chair leg stabs into this thing, you see it embed itself in the brain of the doctor. And he seems to be having a rough time. Do you want to do anything else with your turn?
I don't really want to move from this spot. This is fine. I'm gonna just reach down and pick up the table leg I dropped earlier. Just like hold on to this one still, but all right, I need the other weapon now. This one's covered in brain.
All right, Sebastian.
Seeing that I've already got the other one taken care of, that saves me a whole round of poisoning. Just gonna pull out a syringe full of black liquid and try and stab it into the monstrosity in front of me. So that's a D.
Go ahead and make a check.
8. So I'm at level 3 with it. So that's an 8. But I get
one
back the effort I spent to try and poison, so a net nothing.
Yeah.
And now understanding how standing still does not do exactly what I thought it did, I'm gonna run back a little bit and then stand still.
You run back and then stand still and wait for your next turn.
Yep, because in my head it really was just a passive and not an active perk. So anyway,
It is. You do need to
Yes.
actually attempt to hide. Jax, you're up.
Okay. I think another swing at this point for Jax. Yeah, I'm just gonna do another tweeze your left hand swing.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
4 again.
Ooh. With another 4, you do another point of damage. How do you attack this time?
It's like I think just again like she just like does like an uppercut. Just go around and then the chin like go. Yeah.
And you feel the jaw, like the teeth clack together inside, and you think you may have broken something.
Ew, ew. Oh god.
Next up is the doctor, and he is not too happy about the situation. He is trying to, and Adrian is still holding on to the chair leg embedded in his brain, and he looks up and makes eye contact with you, Adrian, and his eyes are now a bright purple, and you can see that pulsing into like veins that appear around his eye sockets. And as he grabs your hand, you suddenly start to feel weak, as do Sue and Jax. Everyone that is in the same zone as the doctor, please make an avoid check. Everyone except Sebastian.
So you can't see me.
Oh,
That's a 10.
Nice.
oh.
Hmm.
2.
And from Adrian?
9.
Oh.
Oh no.
Both
Oh no.
Sue and Adrian, you suddenly feel drained and tired as your eyes close and involuntarily, and you reopen them again, and you're just exhausted. You both take 1 damage as you see the cracks in the side of his head start to reform and push the chair leg back out of his skull.
Gross.
It's going to take more than that to kill something that's been alive longer than anything on this earth.
It is now the test tube guy's turn and is going to take another swing at Sebastian, leaping over the test table.
Yep.
Go ahead and make an avoid
That makes
check.
so much sense. It's a 4.
A 4
Yeah.
is a success.
Oh hell yeah.
The claw
Okay.
comes swinging at you once more and catches on the pillar to the side, giving you enough time to duck slightly out of the way. Sue, you're up.
Okay. The doctor's healing up at this moment.
He healed from whatever he just did.
Okay. She's gonna grab one of the medical utensils that she had put on the back of Jax's leg and try to slingshot again using her projectile towards it.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Just kidding.
Hey, JK.
Just kidding. It's a 2.
Floor dice don't count.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, balls. Okay.
They only count if they're good.
It's a 3.
That still hits anyway.
Yeah.
There you go. Another point of damage. What is it that you are slingshotting?
I don't know many medical equipment. Sean, do you have any suggestions?
I mean, we put the medical name for the tomahawk in chat, and I think that's really funny if that's what you're slingshotting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Instead of like throwing that little tomahawk thing, it's a slingshot that she pulls back to shoot at that. Yes.
And it doesn't spin end over end. It just rockets like a missile straight towards the guy. And yeah, he takes a point of damage as it cracks into the back of his head. Next is Adrian, still tangling with him from the front.
Is it me now?
It is you.
I believe in you.
You got this.
Can I roll a 3rd crit? Let's find out.
You can do it.
Die!
I believe in you.
That's
Feel you.
not a crit, but it's a 4.
Heard him.
That is still a hit. As you, what is your attack this time?
Just looks at the 2 table legs and is just gonna do the Sherlock Holmes discombobulate with the 2 table legs.
Ooh.
Brilliant. He takes another point of damage. I will remind our players that you also can use your effort to not only help, but you can boost to give yourself an extra die, which costs 3, and you can combo with an ally to let their attack deal extra damage. Next up is Sebastian.
We're gonna try the green syringe this time. Maybe it was the choice of poison, not the ability
Yep,
of the doctor.
100%.
Oh, that's a floor die. I won't even look at it. New floor die.
Only the best
Hey!
doctors blame their
That's
tools.
a 1. That's a 1.
Hey.
Yes.
You deal 2 damage to this thing as you
Cool.
stab this into the creature's neck and depress the plunger.
It
And
infected.
you can see that green start to insert itself into the veins. of his neck in a sort of like geometric weird pattern. And that is your turn, unless you want to do something else with move.
I'm going to move further because I don't need to be close to the poison to keep hurting. So I'm going to run away.
You just
away.
run.
Mhm.
Are you running towards everyone else to try to get rid of him, or are you? Because he'll be able to catch up with you every turn if you just continue
Yeah.
to run.
Which is fine, and I think I don't want to bring him to the others because I don't want all that happening. So I think just
Okay.
like continuing to like play around in the tube area until he dies of poison.
Got
Did you
it.
make it sound
All
like
right.
a playground? Like
Yeah,
you're gonna play around in the
tube
tube
area.
Yeah,
You play
guys
around the
stay by
scary
the tube.
doctor table area. We'll play around the tube area. Keep eyes checking every 10 minutes. It's fine. Yeah.
Jax, you're next.
Yeah, so there's still like a tank that's full of poison, right? Is that
It
correct?
is severely diffused poison, but it is poisoned. Yes.
Okay. Like what I wanted to do is run, like push the doctor into the tank to like crack that to pour the poison on them.
That sounds
Kinda-
Go
doable.
ahead and make a
Exam-
check.
I'm gonna help. Sue, seeing you make this move, will take everything from her pockets and try to throw them behind the doctor to make it easier for him to trip and lose balance and fall backwards.
All right, you get an extra die for this.
Yeah. Thanks, Sue.
That is such a cool idea. Yes.
Yes.
One.
Yes.
The first
With
one was
a
the first one was a
crit.
10.
Oh yeah, we definitely.
Something about Sue helping you. It just like it does the job.
We work together.
Like
Good brain.
Sue's best buddy.
And the doctor starts to stumble backwards, but then steps on one of the sharp implements that Sue had dropped, and it goes through the bottom of his boot, and gets his foot, and he and starts hopping, and then he jumps onto another one, and then hops again, like starts stumbling backwards, and he trips, and the back of his head cracks against the poisoned vat. It doesn't totally break all the way open, but a crack forms all the way up to the top of it, and he is lying on the ground in front of it. He does take a point of damage from this, and he is looking really not good.
I'm
But
so
it
proud
is
this
his
worked, but it
turn.
fully defeated Sebastian's plan of staying away from problems.
It is now the doctor's turn.
You have been admittedly a pain, but nothing will stop this. You can't stop this. No one can.
And he's going to shoot his fingers outwards, both towards Jax and towards Sue. Both of you, please make avoid checks.
Yeah.
7.
4.
You remember, you are still making a check and can get help on this.
Can I help Sue by distracting the doctor with saying, "Nobody cares about your plans," and hurting his ego as he tries to aim for Sue?
And can I help Jax by like moving forward and just like shoving them away?
You like shove. What do you shove, Jax?
Yeah, shove Jax away from the Spurs.
As you push your friend out of harm's way, you get an extra die, Taylor, and so do you, Caustic.
Yes.
And it's one effort to help, right?
2.
2. Okay, 2. There we go.
4, which is a big improvement.
So I'm gonna go back to the other 4. Yeah. I'll stick to my 4.
All right. With both of you having 4s, all of the fingers shoot out from his hands and miss entirely.
Oh,
Yes.
I only have one health left.
Nice.
We only had 2 to begin with. I was like,
Oh no, Sue.
It is the Claw Guy's turn, and he is going to bear down on Sebastian again and try it a third time to hit. I
It
mean,
tracks
he's
so hard. I'm not
persistent.
even upset. That's a 7. He probably succeeds now.
This time,
"Oh, fuck."
you get grabbed by the claw, and you are fully. You cannot move. You for now suffer the wound grappled, and you cannot move zones.
Do I take any damage?
Yes, you also take 1 point of damage.
Okay, cool. Cannot move. Is there a severity to it?
1.
Okay.
Sue, you're up.
Okay. She did not like that. Like, that terrified her. And so she just kind of collapses on the floor, falling onto her knees, her arms drop to the side, and she begins to cry again, but this time like massively loud wailing. Like, it is hideous crying. And this kind of sound that echoes through the feet of this building. It summons a tough creature, as I am going to spend my last 2 effort points to use these cries of the small child to unlock her final talent of summoning a tough creature. Please and thank you.
Oh my goodness. The cries echo throughout the room.
Cost no.
Yeah. Good. Your cries echo throughout the room, this high-pitched ringing in everyone's ears, and suddenly the tube behind the doctor shatters, and the creature inside collapses onto the ground next to him and twitches and rises to its feet. And this guy is maybe 5 feet tall, very small, but his hands end in very, very large claws, permanently this way. Very like almost like the doctor's hands himself, elongated fingers, but thicker, beefier, stronger than his. What does the creature do?
Liam 2 will take those. I heard you call him Liam earlier. So...
I said Leon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because it sounds like the lab from the end of Resi 4, so I named him Leon.
I love that, Leon. So this is Leon 2. Leading up. Will come through with that hand and just slap across, trying to push him further into this poisoned tube, a poisoned cage.
Okay, please roll a check for Leon 2.
Will do. 7. He's new. He's finding things out.
Yeah, he's still not used to having fingers, it looks like, and he sort of it might not be capable of speech, and the hand just sort of flops to his side as he tries to attack with it. And it might take some getting used to. And in this time, the doctor rolls out of the way and gets back to his feet, dazed. It is back to Adrian's turn. Everyone, all of you now, are surrounding the doctor, pinning him like in a half circle against this this test tube, except for Sebastian, who's off being grappled in the corner.
He's in front of a broken poison test tube.
I don't think it's broken yet.
cracked.
This one is broken. It broke when
Oh, is
Leon
it?
2
Okay.
came out.
Right.
Is-
Yes. Okay.
Looks at the doctor, looks at the tube, looks back at the doctor. Is there still stuff in the tube?
There's like a couple tubes dangling from the top, and like that have fallen out into the ground in the middle.
I was seeing if it was full enough that it would probably hurt him if I did it, but it's not. So, new plan.
There's a lot of broken glass though.
You know what? I've already done one WWE thing. Let's do another one. He's going to just running charge and full like Goldberg style spear tackle him into the tube.
You go fully horizontal as you fly through the air at the doctor. Please make an attack roll.
Let's go, baby. So, do I hear 3? That's my third crit.
That is a
Ooh.
1.
That's my third crit.
Well, I have a question for you.
Yeah?
How do you want to do this?
It makes sense. He, again, like Goldberg style, tackles him, goes full horizontal, and slams him into some of the broken glass on the tube, and just peels himself off and just shoves him further down. Just, You good? We good? Bastard.
Is he dead?
Congratulations, you achieved your dreams. We're
He's
so
dead,
proud of you.
yes.
Desert Jackson just yells out, "Easy, double tap, make sure."
Hits him once, like over the head with this piece of chair. I
Okay,
think
good
he's
job.
dead.
Okay, good job. Good job.
Sabine. The guy grabbing you has 1 health left.
Yeah, I think because all I have to do is just use my turn to continue poisoning him, and since I'm arrogant as
What does
hell,
that
I'm gonna
look
just
like?
look and go, "Oh, I'm going to outlast you. Don't worry," and just keep watching the poison spread through his veins as he's not plussed at all, watching this guy die holding him.
He
That's right.
starts
Have fun on the way
foaming
out,
at the
Leon
mouth.
3. Goodbye.
And you feel the pincer release from around your waist as he falls to his knees in front of you, collapsing to the side.
Very good.
Did we do it? Did we win it all?
Looks to Leon 2.
He's not hurting anyone.
Yeah, that's his friend.
Yeah.
Just looks to Leon 2.
High five, Leon, too. She'll run up and give like the low 5. Like, help him as he just swings it around. See, Leon 2's friend. She'll hold on to his like small finger.
Perfectly fine, and I trust you to raise Leon 2.
I will feed him and make him a bed and teach him so many things.
You are
I'll help.
okay. I feel better about that.
Thank you, Jax, for contributing to society and also keeping Sue alive.
Pulling shards of glass out of his chest, like
So,
Uh,
is there a way that we can give the electricity to everybody else?
like looking around the room, seeing if there's a big lever or something notably evil that I just have to pull.
the anti-EMP lever.
The anti.
An
There is-
undo button.
The big red button.
That's what the MRI button was. It was undo.
Injection.
You see this very obvious lever that you're not sure why you didn't see it before, labeled "pull to distribute electricity to the rest of the world. Do not activate under any circumstances."
I love it.
That's the lever.
Convenient. Hey, kid.
Yeah. I have a name, you know. It's called Sue. Dr. Sue, actually.
Dr. Sue.
Thank you.
You want to pull the lever?
Of course. Can you lift me up for it, though?
Yeah, give me 1 sec, kid.
She doesn't wait a second. Like, she starts climbing on you, like pulling the half jacket on you. Just hold still.
That's
Oh
my
my
glass
God.
shards. That's the glass shards in my body. That's
Now
not a
wear your hat,
handhold.
too?
I don't. You know what? He takes his hat off, pops it onto her head. Here you go.
You have to like blindly lead her closer to this so she can't see it now.
It's like testing if your cat's smart by putting it against a wall and seeing if their hands come out. Like, all right, there you go.
All right, pull me
kid.
down. Like her weight alone
Yoink.
probably isn't enough to
Yeah.
pull the thing down.
Yoinks.
In the moment immediately before this happens, what are Jax and Sebastian doing?
Sebastian is going to go to the other side of the belt and start administering healing to Jax.
Oh, thanks. I was like,
I have an actual trait for it, but I imagine we don't care too much about that.
yeah, Jax is just like finally the adrenaline rush, like, oh yeah, relax. Those like thanks, Sebastian. It's like it's gonna be crazy to see electricity again.
Do you think it's gonna like hold up the old grid that has had no wires replaced and nothing at all good? Do we think any sort of transformer problems will happen, or we think that it's all gonna be fine?
Oh, there's definitely gonna be problems. Maybe a couple fires or two too. So yeah.
Okay, cool. As long as we're all ready for it.
And that is where we are going to end our one shot.
We did it. We
Yeah.
saved the
We did it.
world.
Yeah.
I'm so proud.
Oh, phenomenal. Good job, everybody.
So much
and
fun.
thank you everyone for watching. You know, sometimes when I run these things, I just totally forget that, you know, I'm on a camera that other people are looking at, not just us. This was one of those times where I was just in it. I was in it the whole time. Thank you.
We're just a little chaotic.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Smidgen.
Well, let's go around.
Now we do some-
Say, yeah, who we are, where the world can find you, anything you want to say coming up, anything you want to say about yourself. Do all that stuff. Let's go in reverse order. Caustic, you're first.
Sure. All right. So, hello, everyone. I'm Caustic Phoenix. You can find me at Caustic Phoenix here on Twitch and everywhere else. I have very different names on Instagram, though, and Blue Sky. It is Caustic Phoenix on X. If people are still using that, it's Beck Godsey, and I'm on LinkedIn too for business purposes, so you can find me there. But if you ever want, we talk and play video games, we tell stories, it's a great time, we have inside jokes, super fun. If you want more TTRPGs, you can find me over on Wounded Warrior Project on Tuesday, where we've been doing the Fourth Age, so if you love Lord of the Rings feel, come check it out. And then afterwards, we have Careful Cantrip, which is in its final season, we're near the end of it, of Dungeons and Dragons, so you can find us there. And then coming soon is Unbalanced Encounters, where we are doing a Gold Rush inspired called The Misfortunate Four, so keep an eye out for that as well. Ta-da! Spunky, your turn. Pass.
Woo! Catch. I'm Taylor, aka Spunky Taylor, Black Variety content creator. You can see me. I don't know where you can see me next.
We'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow. You can see me tomorrow here on this channel, right? This channel, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, down this
Same
channel.
time, same place, right here,
Same
different
time,
game.
right, different game. Alice is missing. Watch me forget information, pass out wrong information again for a third time.
3 for 3.
3 for 3. Yeah. You can also, I think that's the closest name. You can catch me on Twitch playing video games and stuff. I've been gonna start playing Lost Records Part 2 next week. Pass it on to who's next on the list?
Javante.
Javante.
Yeah.
I think me. Yep. Hi, I'm Javante, your resident TTRPG goblin. You can catch me typically on Thursdays on my own Twitch, twitch.tv/eclipse613. Tomorrow, I'm doing Set Sail, a One Piece 5e actual play adventure, where I take my party through Arc 2 of our stories on Foggy Seas, set in the world of One Piece. Or, on opposite Thursdays, I'm also running a 5.19 game using the Net 19 system developed by Logan Laidlaw called Blood and Cinders, where I take my players through the world of Somnus Domina, specifically currently in Sermonway. If neither of those are to your liking, I have another casting call on my Twitter at Javante. It is for 18 plus only, as this game is going on somewhere that is not on Twitch or YouTube. But if you like the Kinks and Cantrip system of 5e that was created, I'm running a game using that system. So go and sign up for that. And as a player, I'm typically on Pluto's Underworld, where I play D'Alessio Polka in our Sentai Sensibility game, as well as a bunch of other things. So just catch me everywhere on the internet.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
Brilliant.
Dennis, you?
I am Dennis. I've been your game master this evening, trying to corral these cats as they do crazy shit. It's been a wonderful time. You can find me on mostly other people's channels running this game. That's kind of like my thing. And we've got like, we don't have anything scheduled right now, but over the next 2-3 months, there's going to be like a dozen different places I'll be doing this same system in Star Wars, One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen. We got all like we had a challenge out to have people try to find a world where sagas didn't work, and no one could do it. And it really lives up to its name because it's an acronym for Setting and Genre Agnostic System, and you can go download it for free on itch right now. Comes with the whole 70-something page core rulebook with character sheets and everything. The final version, meaning same rules that we use tonight, same rules that are available on itch, but like with pretty art, and all the money from the Kickstarter went into it kind of thing. That is slated for a June or July release this year, and I could not be more excited. I've spent the last 2.5 years working on this thing, and it's so close to the finish line. Then we will be doing supplements for it. We've some of the zines. I lagged. Damn.
Yeah. It was like we're doing supplements, and that's it.
We're doing so many supplements right now. We've got a game jam for 1-page supplements going on over on itch. We've already got a couple submissions. There's a bunch of examples on there for that One Piece and JJK that I mentioned. We've also got one that I've done on tons of different channels for poetry. Like, you write poetry as you play the game and then recite the poetry afterwards to relive that experience again through those poems that you've written. It's so much fun. And all these 1-pagers are free. You can go get them. The game itself is free. It's I people to just have fun. This is just for fun. The actual supplements we're doing, the first one that's coming up is that we're working on right now with the team is Grim, and it is a Victorian steampunk setting, but mouse and bug sized, sort of like a mix between like a dark world. So like Peaky Blinders meets The Great Mouse Detective. It's great. It's so much fun. So that will be coming out. We're already doing work on the art and the content for it. I'm very, very excited. So yeah, I'm doing like 1 or 2 things.
Yeah, one or two things. Cool. Then that leaves me. I exist. I am Sean. You can find me here. You can find everyone else at the chat above. You can find me at this link in chat now. As Taylor said, tomorrow here on the channel will be another game of Alice is Missing. I think this is game 6 that we've done on it because we just can't get enough of it. So you'll be able to find Taylor. You'll find Tanlin of 5 GMs in a trench coat. You'll find Boss Jellybean, and you will find Forever GM Justin here once again to see if we can find Alice. And maybe this time Taylor won't spread misinformation.
Listen, I can't read.
And then if you live in the if you live in the Chicago area and you're going to see 2v2, I will be there on Saturday. I'm not going the entire weekend, but I will be there. So come say hi to me. I'll look like Alex from Stardew Valley, and my friend Julie will look like Leah. And we said this is easy to do. And then the last big thing is that Sunday is episode 7, the finale of our Down the Forest Road, Agatha All Along inspired miniseries. So if you want to see how this entire thing comes to an end, it starts really sapphic as hell, and then it gets dark, but in a fun way. So if you want to see that, come check us out here on Sunday, and then watch the socials, because there is a casting call for an unannounced project that will be coming out hopefully in the next week or two. So if you're interested in some like dark fantasy, undead trying to keep themselves going game, keep your eyes out. Yeah, that is us. We're going to raid into Starcrawl, and hopefully they're not about to end and will raid into us, because they are streaming with lots of friends of the channel, like the Tipsy Tiger and Nate Brass and Mozzarella, playing a game of Thirsty Sword Lesbians called Not For Sale, about taking down the government. So we're going to raid into them, and we'll see you all next time. Be sure to follow these lovely people, and we will see you then. Bye-bye!